What started as 9 teams has now dwindled down to 4. The semifinals are here at Academy USA in the AABA Spring League. To kick us off here in the semifinals, we got the undefeated Armens against Artsakh, who came into the playoffs 1-3, but upset one of the top dogs the whole season, knocked off Academy USA, or knocked off AABA, and now they find themselves in the semifinals. Rich, a lot of guys here, but also a lot of guys missing, and one of the big faces not in the building right now is Ryan Carter, the Hezi God. He's missed the past 2 games for this Armens team.
Well, Ryan Carter obviously being one of their, if not biggest forces on the offensive end, has proven that, even though he's dropping, 60 points, 50 points, this Armens team is still resilient. They still have their core. Let's not forget, they had an entire undefeated season last year as well, where they performed pretty well and stayed undefeated. So let's see how they continue today, and if that, historic run is going to continue, or if it's going to be stumped by the Artsakh.
And guys stepping up and filling in where Ryan Carter is missing. Fred Oriambo and Gabriel Ajemian definitely picked up the slack last week. And for Artsakh, Aaron Breeze and Roman Davis have been really carrying the load, but today it seems like Roman Davis also missing for this Artsakh team, so both teams shorthanded.
Availability has been an issue since, I want to say, 2 games ago. It caused a little bit of a havoc between Artsakh's roster. However, they kind of found their energy again in the last match. So, they're on momentum. Let's see how it goes, and Coach Ava Melkonian seems confident.
And we're off, and Artsakh wins the tip. Breeze finds Lucerarian. Lucerarian's brother Trent will be playing in the other semifinal after this, but first, it's Artsakh getting an offensive rebound on the first possession, and Nima Piaro putting it in.
That's going to be a man that's going to have a major influence down low for Artsakh. Without him, their rebounding is nothing.
And for this Armens team, they've been so dominant on the defensive end all season, and that man is getting himself going on the offensive end. One of the Defensive Player of the Year candidates, Andrew Debakian. Other way, Breeze, quick drive to the basket, and you get an early look at the free throw line.
Last game, he kind of struggled in the very beginning to get his offensive repertoire seen, but it seems like this game he's already starting early, and I think he knew it. Before the game we were talking to Breeze, he was already locked in. He was like, I don't want to do no interviews. I want to just play my game. So, interesting to see.
Breeze, 21 points last week in the win. As you mentioned, he kind of struggled 8 of 21 from the floor, but he makes shots when they matter most, and he's always just so under control. Breeze good on both. 4-2 Artsakh lead early.
What do you expect out of Patrick Panusi in this game specifically?
I expect him to be a lot more aggressive today. Last week he came through, halfway through the game, and he scored 15 points in the second half. Oriambo just playing keep away right now with the ball over his head, and finally a foul called. But definitely we'll see Patrick being a little more aggressive. I was talking to him before the game, and he was just saying, I just want to win. He just wants to win by any means necessary.
Yeah, and we're talking about a second consecutive undefeated season. So far they've done so well with their team, and having the core from last season and changing coaches and coming back this deep into the playoffs is a testament to their will and to their power.
Armens only 5 guys today, so fatigue could definitely play a factor, but these are 5 good guys to have on the court. Lucy finds Ajemian.
Great pass.
First 3 of the game. Panusi hits it.
Ajemian and Panusi, this is the duo that I think seldom speak about when considering on the offensive end. But these 2 guys, they have a lot of experience, both JUCO and college experience combined.
And Panusi winds up with a steal. 2 Artsakh players in the same place. And Debakian on the break lays it up and in.
What a run. What a run. Great work by Debakian. Better pass by Mask.
Oriambo out on the free throw line. Contests Breeze's jumper. Mask keeps it in play, and Panusi winds up with it. Ajemian steps back. Short Piaro rebound. Artsakh struggling to find good shots early on. That's a great one for Piaro.
Gotta guard that. This guy is at least at Academy USA 3 times a week. fine-tuning his craft with Coach Viken Eskijian, the gold medalist for Lebanon. So got to respect that shot.
Balgian off 4 points early. He was here working hour and a half before the game, getting shots up, making sure he was ready. Breeze off the Lucerian screen. Back to Piaro. Floats it up and in over Odiambo.
It's been all Piaro so far. If you really think about it, Fred Odiambo's gonna have to do a little better at adjusting to Piaro's game down low.
Piaro now with 6 points early in this ball game. Jemian, tough shot. Banks it in.
Great communication on the Jemian's end, asking for the screen from Fred Odiambo and capitalize off that opportunity.
Rich, just about 3 minutes into this game and everything you'd expect out of a semifinal matchup, neck and neck early on.
Yeah, I mean, the do or die mentality and kind of that aura is totally evident in this atmosphere.
Nazarian catches in the corner. Pass winds up in the Armens' hands. The Balgian on the break. He's got Odiambo with him. Ajemian. Driving, Abramian tries stealing it. Shot too strong. And now Artsakh's got numbers. 2-on-2 break. Aragod pulls up and does it himself. And two teammates in the same place. Mas taps it off of his man Odiambo and it'll stay with Artsakh.
What a break for Artsakh. I'm not sure about that shot, but I'm also confident with Abramian's ability to just pull up from that range. So Abramian's got to be a little bit more aggressive for this Artsakh basketball club.
Breeze, nice move off the window. Panusi into Abramian. And a double-triple call by ref Jason Rosen. Panusi might have thought that one was slapped out of his hands.
Yeah. From this angle, at least, for sure. Artsakh is doing a pretty good job at dictating their pace. I mean, they've kind of had a little bit of trouble in the past few matches being able to kind of set the tone on their terms on the offensive end, but so far it's been working for them. I mean, neck and neck, like we said, semifinals.
And we've seen it from this Armens team. They were down last week by 20. Abramian hits his first three of the game, but this Armens team, they were down 20, and suddenly they started getting out on the break, throwing lobs, guys jumping, and it just started working and clicking, and everyone started getting a lot of energy.
Abramian heard me from there. He's like, watch this, Rich.
Panusi, top of the key. 9 on the shot clock, gets around the defender, into another. Can't finish. Jemian taps it up to court, ends up in Breeze's hands.
Great fake.
Serrarian's first three, it's in.
Nazarian is such an underrated passer. He needs to get more touches for Artsakh. He's one of the players that you might not consider being a major influence on the game, but his, when you look at the match, you'll notice that he does the things that doesn't necessarily get too much stats.
Very intelligent basketball player, too. As Odiambo gets fouled, Nazarian, a coach at Burbank High School, coaches their JV girls, also an assistant on the varsity girls team, so he knows what he's doing.
I didn't know that. For Burbank High School right now? Not bad.
Odiambo, first trip to the free throw line, and Rich, he was definitely the reason they won last week.
Yeah.
It just seemed like he was there the whole game, and the game started coming to a lull, and he was just dominating the glass, and he just throwing it down left and right at one point.
Yeah, let's not forget Gabriel Ajemian pulling his own end as well with 19 points and 9 rebounds. I mean, the guy is averaging nearly a double-double to be remembered for years. I mean, their ability to get back deep into the playoffs is a big help from Fred Odiambo and Gabriel Ajemian, so kudos to them.
Odiambo missed both free throws. Piaro gets his own rebound. Misses a second time, and Mask finally ends up with it.
You like him staying active, still going after it.
Jemian baseline drive, reverse layup, blocked by Breeze.
Great defense by Breeze.
Piaro, strong move, finds Lucerian from the mid-range, and it's good.
This guy rarely misses. He rarely shoots, but he rarely misses.
I mean, last week, not the typical performance from Lucerian. He had 3 points, 1 of 5 from the field. And his team still found a way to win. Panussi fouled on a three-pointer. He's going to have 3 shots from the charity stripe.
Gotta let him land. Gotta let him land.
Early on, Rich, this Armens team down by 9. And one thing that's been an Achilles heel for them all season has been free throws. That's the one thing that they have not done well.
Yeah, gotta get better at the charity stripe. I mean, a lot of these hoopers know me. I wasn't the best free throw shooter in my day, so I can't say too much on that. But in terms of when it comes down to a 3-point game or a 4-point game, all coaches banging their head on the wall saying we could have made these free throws.
Panussi 1 for 2. That's the first made free throw for this Armens team. And look, Panussi has been one of the biggest guys struggling from the line. 40.6% coming into this game from the line. 2 of 3 cuts the lead to 7.
Panussi's leadership, though, in the last game was the whole reason why the game was even turned, right? I mean, that's something we can't forget about. The second he entered the game, which he arrived a little bit later than usual, it completely changed the dynamic of how the Armens were running.
Kick ball called, and another thing about Panussi, he holds himself to such a high standard that it makes other people think, oh, wow, if this guy's he's one of our better players. He's holding himself to this level. I got to do the same thing.
I mean, being a part of the Azusa Pacific University's men's basketball program, you have, there's something makes you different about it. If you're welcomed in that community and accepted and a part of it.
3 seconds on the shot clock. Artsakh got to get something up. Lucerian off. Rebound to Odiambo. Looks like he's bringing it up.
Oh, I don't know about that pass, but he got there.
Ends up working out. Mask for 3. Odiambo just straight up gets the rebound. He had Mask again. Instead, takes it himself. Breeze into the lane. And a blocking foul called on Mask.
I think that was the right call by the referee. A tough one from his angle, but I think that was the right call. Mask just unable to get there just in time. Got him in action, and Breeze lowered his shoulder, which is something a lot of guards are learning to add in their bag.
Breeze's second trip to the charity stripe. And look, one thing a lot of people do, or a lot of guards do in this league, they rebound really well. Breeze, a guy averaging 9 rebounds a game. That's insane coming from your point guard.
I mean, but when you look at it on the other end, they're missing Roman Davis on a significant level. You can have a guard that gets 9 rebounds, but if you're missing a guy that gets 12 rebounds per game, that's a significant void to fill.
Breeze now 4 for 4 from the line early in this game. 3:25 left. Artsakh up 9. Panussi trying to make something happen. And Armenian flies in for the tap-in.
Wow. Great athleticism for a Armenian.
Breeze into the lane.
Wow.
Nice finish with the left.
What a floater.
He's just so smooth when he gets into the spots.
Dude, he's in his rhythm. I mean, this is an Artsakh team that oftentimes scares teams.
Mentioned earlier, this team came into the playoffs 1-3, but they didn't care.
Yeah, no, not at all. I mean, Coach Avo Melkonian, he's one of those coaches that, blooms in the playoffs, if you will. I mean, he got Eric Tarosian on the bench, too. I'm excited to see his style of play introduced in this game.
And a strong move by Armenian for another deuce.
By the way, Aaron Breeze, 8 points, 2 of 3 field goals. 4 of 4 free throws. Whoa, that's a pretty good stat if you're Avo Melkonian right now.
Inside, Lucerian and 1.
Oh, my God. Lucerian. Okay.
Strong move by him, and he's got a chance for 1 more point at the line.
Such an underrated player coming out of the Pacific League. I've always thought of it. He's so versatile, and he's also a very high IQ basketball player that knows how to use the hang time to his advantage.
And a guy, too, that you love as a coach just because he's not going to talk back to you. He's always going to show you respect.
Yeah, 100%.
Odiambo in the post. Piaro guarding him. And he just rises up with the jump hook.
There's just nothing you could do against that. That's just great defense, better offense.
Zarian was in help, too, but it really did not matter. Breeze, ball out of bounds, and it's going to stay with Artsakh.
Great defense by Armenian, not allowing Aaron Breeze to get in that corner.
Armenian catches. Piaro rebound. 8 on the shot clock. Breeze. Zerring calling for it in the corner. Still not getting it. Shot clock expires on Artsakh.
Great defense by Armens. Breeze was pleading from across the court. He was like, you got to put that up. But everything was so havoc already. Armens are just too good on defense when they're – it's almost like a snake around like a mouse when it comes to those crunch times.
Armenian off on the layup. Artsakh back on the break. Corner. Breeze. Splash.
Oh. Breeze is on fire.
Breeze early on. 11 points now in this ball game, and that's the difference in the game.
Armens can't let the referees get to their heads. Oftentimes, that's when players start to use excuses, and you really don't want to fall in that loop.
The ball getting fouled as he was driving into the lane. That'll be 1-and-1 at the free throw, or 2 shots at the free throw line. Rich, look who just came in. Ryan Carter, the Hezi God, in the house.
Well, that's going to be a significant help for the Armens coming into the second quarter, isn't it?
It's like the Armens kind of put themselves at a disadvantage, and they're like, how can we do it this week? What challenge could we overcome this week?
Yeah. Well, how does this affect the lineup? That's the question. I mean, you've been working with the same guys in the whole quarter. How does it change? Is it a smooth transition? That's the question.
Armenian corner. Lucerian gets out of there. Trying to find some space.
Yeah. This is what I'm talking about. Armens are so lengthy.
Ball tapped to Mask. 10-point Artsakh lead. 45 seconds left in the quarter. Armenian for 3. Yes!
Oh. They needed that. They desperately needed that going into the second quarter.
Lead down to 7 now. Breeze trying to work on Mask. Odiambo in help.
Great pass.
Armenian in the corner. No good. Armens chance to cut down this lead a little bit more before the second. Armenian, another 3.
Oh my God, what a turnaround.
And you could feel the energy just rising up here in Academy USA. Coach Atme getting active. Hezi got Ryan Carter. He's happy about it. Armenian can't answer.
The energy is fully in favor of the Armens right now. You can hear it. The fans are fully supporting this Armens comeback.
And the Balkan tried throwing one past half court. Ends up going out of bounds. So Artsakh will have 1 second to inbound under their basket.
I didn't even have the opportunity to see what just happened. But
ball into Breeze. No good, and that's going to do us through 1 quarter. Artsakh up by double digits at one point, but the Armens come roaring back, and they're going to get a big boost in the second with Ryan Carter, the Hezi God.
Professional orientation կարևոր է, որովհետեւ I am Manush from Shenik village. Being from the older generation of Quav kids, I participated in various programs: healthy lifestyle, English access, professional orientation, and startup incubation. I study international relations at Yerevan State University, and last semester, as an Erasmus Plus student, I studied political science at the University of Messina in Italy. Many soft skills I gained and volunteering experience I had with co-op programs helped me to reach even Italy, study abroad, and come back again to my village. Co-op motivated me to be the change I want to see in my community. I want to emphasize the importance of English access and professional orientation programs in my life, which helped me to improve my English skills and make a decision to become a diplomat.
Last week, Artsakh pulling off a big victory against Avan. And now they're up 4 against the undefeated reigning champion Armens. And today, Rich, has been Aaron Breeze leading the way for him.
Yeah, I mean, Aaron Breeze, again, we kind of talked about it. In the last match, he came alive in the fourth quarter. In this game, he's been alive since the very second that the ball tipped off. And that's when you notice that Breeze is, for lack of better terms, able to kind of conduct himself the right way from the very beginning instead of kind of catching up late in the fourth quarter.
And there's Ryan Carter picking up right where he left off the last time we saw him here. Carter missing the last 2 weeks. The last time he played this Artsakh team, he scored 62 points and a 118-101 victory.
Carter is a crucial addition to this Armens team today. Remember when I was talking about Eric Tarosian? What kind of effort is he going to bring in today? I like it. He's aggressive. He's already taking the shots he wants to take, and he's drawing the defense all over him.
And just an ill-advised move by Panusi, fouling the shooter, and now chance for 3 easy points for Tarosian.
Panusi's shoes matches jersey so well.
Got the 72 and 10 lows on. Also got Ryan Carter wearing some Jordan 11 lows, the cement grays I dropped about 2 weeks ago.
Dude, see, I didn't know that you would know that much information on where it was stitched and where the whole thing was designed, but nice.
Look, sneakers are my vice, I always say. Tarosian 3 for 3 from the line.
It's one of those periphery interests in basketball. It just goes well.
Abramian playing tight defense off the ball on Carter. And Chemian steps back. And that's another 3 for Gabriel Chemian.
That was a nice move. I mean, you know, Rex Colombian likes that on film.
Absolutely. The Walkian hounding Aaron Breeze.
Great defense by Armens.
Abramian can't answer. Here come the Armens. Ryan Carter right to the rack.
Carter already making a difference for this Armens team. I mean, their energy already coming into the second quarter was pretty proper, but now they're solidifying it.
They're down 10 in the first quarter, and all of a sudden this game is tied at 31. Corner Tarosian. Artsakh trying to get a good shot. Tarosian wide open. Short. And Abramian throws it off of the Bahian. And he gets his team an extra possession.
Great awareness. I mean, he's still got 12 seconds on the shot clock, too. They have a whole opportunity to get a bucket.
Abramian driving. And a goaltend called on Odiambo.
Ooh, Odiambo's got to be careful. Not allow a technical foul there.
And you got to like that Abramian, he gets the team the extra possession, and then he gets rewarded, gets the ball, and gets his team 2 points.
They need to get the ball in the hands of Gabriel Chemian. I mean, clearly Carter and Chemian can get a 2-man game going.
And Carter just getting anything he wants in the lane right now.
I was talking to Carter a couple of weeks ago. I was telling him, I'm like, how do you get your footwork so nice? He goes, like, you forget I was also a football player, right? I'm like, I did not know that. So that, I mean, it makes sense. He's so strong down low with the upper body, too.
Chemian pokes it free, and Carter on the other end. Great play by Abramian to stop a layup.
Great defense. I mean, Abramian, one of the main, what is it, one of the highest steal per game statistics in the entire league. Way to catch up.
I mean, he's averaging 2.8 steals a game. That's insane. Chemian working on Lucerarian, and he banks it home and gives Armens their first lead of the game.
He's in his zone. I mean, clearly we're going to get a bunch of highlight reels from Gabriel Chemian today.
17 points already for Chemian. Piaro and Odiambo going at it again. Good drive by Lucerarian. And Oriambo meets him at the rim to stop that one. Panusi
Great
to
pass.
Carter. Gets around the defender. Corner. Debagian.
Great
Oriambo just
board.
rising up. Carter checks his feet.
Piaro thought it was a travel. He's pleading his case with the ref.
And Carter perfect to start this game. You got 9.
He asked us, have I missed yet? Yo, when the Armens are running, it's a complete different type of energy in this gym. We're only occupying one of the 3 courts, and it feels like we're occupying all of them.
Just wait till Carter starts hitting from outside. He's going to start yelling his booms, bangs. He's fired up. Inside, Panusi. Basket and a foul.
Wow. What a change of events.
Artsakh timeout called. Armens up 7. Chance to extend the lead at the free throw line. We'll be back.
Hello everyone, I am Nare from Armavir's Lernogok village. I've participated in almost all of Co-op's programs. Now I work as a communications manager and I continue judging debates for different organizations. Co-op has taught me how to be open-minded, how to look at things from different perspectives, and how to grow as a person and as a professional. Co-op has made me a dreamer. I catch myself dreaming about my future and my country's future very often, and I've learned that from Co-op. I am forever grateful for the inspiration and support that I've received from Co-op, and I will cherish that forever.
Three minutes into this second quarter, and Ryan Carter is starting to take over with the help of Gabriel Ajemian instantly. 9 points from Carter. The last time he played this team, 62 points on 50-plus field goal percentage. It's just so hard to stop this guy.
He is not human. I've come to that, conclusion. He is not human. I mean, he comes here, scores 54 one day, 62 the other day. He is not human.
Averaging a light 54.3 on the season.
A cool 54 piece.
Lead now up to 8 for the Armens. And look, Rich, right before that timeout, you could just tell the difference of demeanor between the coaches. Look, you see Coach Eli Adme up, yelling. He's talking a little smack for his team, too. And on the other end, Coach Alvam Elkonian just standing. It seems like he's a little deflated on this Armens run.
I'm currently looking at Coach Eli Atme. He's running equally as his teammates are. I mean, excuse me, that his players are.
He's getting himself a workout on the sideline.
Dude, this guy, he knows what he's doing. Coach Eli.
Carter right back to work, spinning. And blocked by Piaro, and it looks like it goes off him, too.
Great defense by Piaro. Being the second line of defense, only coming from the air.
And you can see Breeze getting a little frustrated with Abramian on that inbound.
Yeah, Debagian was very frustrated. He thought he could have gotten a trap there.
Jemian a second too late, or else he would have had a block.
Such finesse from Lucerian. I love it, man.
And look, we've been seeing Breeze getting a little frustrated, Abramian getting a little frustrated, but you see Lucerian keeping his cool, level head, and nothing going out of norm for him as Carter draws a foul.
He's really good at drawing the foul. I mean, it's like he's so good at it.
Nusi finds a Jemian on the inbound.
Great turn of, oh my God.
And
Great use
another
of the
easy
space.
2.
Great awareness.
Tarosian right into Carter, and Odiyambo swats that one into the stands.
Oh my God. We should start putting up a sign where it says flying saucers. Watch out.
Abramian drives, Debagian.
Who else but Debagian getting the loose ball? Of course.
I've said it many times, he's the biggest pest in this league, and he seems like he's getting under Artsakh's skin a little bit right now.
As he should. As he should. That's his role.
Ball goes off with the ball. He could have accidentally had a steal there if his head was turned.
I could tell it was in the action of turning his head, but just not quick enough in that moment.
6 on the shot clock. Breeze finds Piaro. He drives a little too strong.
You could tell Piaro and Odiambo work out a lot with each other because Piaro knew exactly when Odiambo was flying up.
Panusi for 3 off the rim. Here comes Piaro. Strong move to the basket, and he lays it in.
Great work by Piaro, staying composed. He knew what move he was doing even before he got there.
And Carter with a fast break layup of his own. And you can see, Rich, the pace of this game picking up. Artsakh slowed it down early on, but Carter instantly speeding it up for the Armens.
There's a lot of contact there, but
on the break, Odiambo, and he's going to throw it down.
they got to get that energy back.
Odiambo is absolutely hyped up. You saw Ryan Carter jumping with him on the dunk.
That's going to be quite the shot that I want to see for shots by Sean.
Rosian gets it to Breeze. The ball game almost with another steal. And Breeze finally halting the run with the and one.
That was tough. That was tough.
Breeze now 13 points. This lead for the Armens up to 6, though.
Breeze was tough on that play, man. Did you see him high-five the fan, too?
You know, the thing about Breeze, he's really just trying to keep his team composed and get them some energy, but it just seems like he wants it a lot more than a lot of these guys.
That was great defense by Panusi. Sorry to cut you off, Zando.
And there's a Chemian into the lane. Give him 21 points in the first half.
That's tough. Another one. Damn, man, that was nice.
Breeze in the face of the Bahian gets another bucket.
They're going neck and neck. I like this, but you can't trade baskets if you're Artsakh. You just can't.
Artsakh,
I mean, you can for
eventually
now,
gonna need
but
to stop.
I mean,
inside.
every time that shoulder goes down, Ryan Carter's drawing a foul for sure.
This is a guy that definitely is used to playing through contact, playing through street ball, playing through all these different levels. You're used to getting hit. When you're playing street ball, look, there's no ref. You got to call your own foul. So he's used to all this contact.
I mean, it's concrete floors that he's playing. I'm sorry, asphalt, concrete, whatever you want to call it. It's just when you come back to the wooden floor and when you come back to a single rim, it just makes life a little bit easier.
And it helps. These are some pretty nice courts here on Academy.
Yeah. I mean, hey, we are blessed with this sponsor. Academy USA, 3 NBA regulation size courts. Frequently seeing NBA players coming in here, do their thing. It's the basketball mecca of the Valley, I would say, if you want to call Glendale the Valley.
Under 4 minutes in the half. Artsakh down 8.
Great pass.
And Piaro inside for the and one.
What an emphatic opportunity Piaro took and capitalized on. Way to get up there, big fella.
And look, Artsakh continues to battle, and we're going to have another battle next as the players for this next semifinal game slowly trickling in. Aragats for Hrazdan, another rematch from earlier on in the season that Hrazdan won. Piaro converts the and one, lead down to 5 now. Carter dancing.
Rare miss.
This is a three-pointer. Artsakh other way. Tarosian had a lane instead. He takes 3. He can't get it. Armens with numbers. Panusi pulls up. He can't get the transition 3 to go, and it's going to go right back to Artsakh.
Good box out by Piaro. Another thing that doesn't show up on a stat line that's incredibly important for every coach that's watching.
Tarosian comes up. Abramian gets Odiambo in the air. Corner Breeze for 3. And he gets it to go.
Breeze was asking for that ball quietly for like 5 seconds. He was like, thank God someone saw me.
Looks like Coach Elias Atmay going to take a timeout as his leads cut to 2. Headed to the commercial break. We'll be right back.
17. Mixanor does not. I'm missing it. Hi, my name is Razmik. I'm 17 years old and I'm from Armens village. I'm a graduate of Co-op's Theater Club. I'm a student at the French College in Armenia, and my biggest achievement is the growth I had in the last couple of years, both mentally and physically. Co-op inspired me to make my dreams come true. I used to be shy, I wasn't active in social life, but the Theater Club gave me confidence and strong communication skills. Co-op education programs are very important because they help so many people from so many different places to discover themselves.
Rich, under 3 minutes to go here in the first half, and we have such an amazing game on our hands.
It's been an absolute treat for a Saturday to be spent here. I mean, Ryan Carter being added to the lineup added so much spice to the whole story, but Artsakh hanging in there, and I think Nima Payaro is the person to be talking about along with Aaron Breeze. They both are showing out for the semifinals.
Breeze and Piaro both 6 of 9 respectively from the field. And Carter is going to go right back to the free throw line. Carter has so many ways to score inside, outside. He draws fouls. And it kind of annoys guys that he gets such easy and effortless baskets. You can see it.
If you're not emotionally tough, if you're not emotionally intelligent, Ryan Carter is not a basketball player that you want to play against. Just food for thought.
Carter short on the first, 83% free throw shooter on the season. Nazarian in. Looks like Armens going to get a breather before the half.
Not many subs this match, huh?
I mean, we saw Carter come in for Mask to start off this second quarter, and then nothing else for the Armens, and then Tarosian came off the bench, and minimal movement for this Artsakh team, too. Breeze able to shake Rubagian, but there's Oriambo to block the shot.
Oh, my God. Breeze almost caught up him.
2 minutes to go in the half. Ajemian's got Nazarian on him. And he goes right to work inside. No good.
I think Piaro got that, huh? Oh, my God.
And both these teams having trouble getting the ball past half court, Rich.
I was teaching my 7-year-olds the other day how to call for outlet and how to pass the ball. I mean, it's one of the basics of this game. You got to tackle before you even start.
Breeze, good again from deep.
Yo, 18 points, 6 of 10.
Aaron Breeze, just ridiculous. He's keeping his team into this game as he ties us up at 52.
Dude,
Carter can't answer. Ajemian keeps the possession alive. Carter again. He's good that time.
Yeah, no, that's tough. Again, I'm looking down low. Piaro working hard against Odiambo. I mean, Odiambo averages a lot of rebounds per game.
Ajemian tips it to Carter. He's able to tiptoe the sideline. There's the football background coming into play, and Carter lays it off, and Odiambo gets fouled on the floor.
Ajemian was open on the wing too. This Armens team finding their rhythm, getting in the right spots, completely changes the game if you're able to get that going at least before the second half begins.
Artsakh over the foul limit for the second consecutive quarter, so it'll be bonus the rest of this half for the Armens. Odiambo early in this game, only 4 points, 0 for 2 from the line, gets his first one to go on this trip.
Only 4 rebounds for Odiambo. I'm telling you. I mean, look. I get it. We're not even at halftime yet. Why are we looking at this? But Odiambo should be at 10 by now.
Does help that this Artsakh team is shooting nearly 50%, so it's not like they're taking bad shots.
True. Major influence on the data.
Breeze finally misses from outside, And Carter's pass tipped on the break. The Bogdan would have had a wide open look at the basket.
Great effort by Armenian there, nonetheless.
Piaro from mid-range. Odhiambo with the contest alters the shot. Step through Ryan Carter, the hezzy god, making it look effortless. And Musararian on the other end, quick layup of his own. 5-point game with under 30 seconds in the half. Ajemian slowing down the clock. 4-second differential between shot and game clocks.
Yeah, 6 seconds. Got to make a move.
And he goes right inside Ajemian, blocked by Piaro.
2 seconds on the shot clock. Got to be aware.
And this is where having a guy like Odhiambo is such a luxury. You can just lob it up to him and he can tap it in. Instead, it's Carter. Floater, it's in.
Oh, that's tough. You got to move. You got to move.
3 on the clock. Chance to get a shot up. Breeze beats the buzzer. And it's off through 1 half of play. This Armens team showing why they're undefeated for 2 consecutive seasons. Up 7 heading into the break.
Frances. Ես Ալփին եմ, ես 5 տարեկան եմ, շատ եմ սիրում ես կենտրոնը գալ, 2 հատ ապել Վազգենը, Ալեքս, մի հատ է Սոնա։
Կենտրոնը իրականացնում է հոգեբանական, սոցիալական, առողջարարական և կրթական ծրագրեր, որի շահառուները կարող են լինել և երեխաները, և ծնողները։ Այստեղ նաև ծնողավարական աշխատանքներ ենք տանում, որովհետև միակողմանի աշխատանքը միայն երեխային ուղղված անարդյունավետ կլինի։
Ուզում եմ մեծանամ, որ բժիշկ դառնամ։
Mixanores does not. I'm missing it. Hi, my name is Razmik. I'm 17 years old and I'm from Armens village. I'm a graduate of Coop's Theater Club. I'm a student at the French College in Armenia and my biggest achievement is the growth I had in the last couple of years, both mentally and physically. Coop inspired me to make my dreams come true. I used to be shy, I wasn't active in social life, but the theater club gave me confidence and strong communication skills. Co-op education programs are very important because they help so many people from so many different places to discover themselves.
Professional orientation-ը կարևոր է, որովհետև I am Manush from Shenik village. Being from the older generation of co-op kids, I participated in various programs: healthy lifestyle, English access, professional orientation, and startup incubation. I study international relations at Yerevan State University, and last semester, as an Erasmus Plus student, I studied political science at the University of Messina in Italy. Many soft skills I gained and volunteering experience I had with co-op programs helped me to reach even Italy, study abroad, and come back again to my village. Co-op motivated me to be the change I want to see in my community. I want to emphasize the importance of English access and professional orientation programs in my life, which helped me to improve my English skills and make a decision to become a diplomat.
Second half just about ready to get underway. And Rich, if it's anything like that first half we had, we're in for even more of a treat. Armens up 7, and it's been a scoring onslaught from Ryan Carter and Gabriel Ajemian, combining for 40 points in that first half. It'll be Artsakh ball to start off the second half of play.
Breeze is trying to figure out whether he can pass the ball beyond half court, but that's one of the major rules at AABA that we have. Can't cross half court.
Piaro inside, stripped by Carter. Carter right off to the races. Carter inside, acrobatic move for the deuce. Lead up to 9 now for the Armens.
By the way, Artsakh being able to add, is it Travell Jones? Travell Jones is in the building.
Jones getting warmed up and could help neutralize Odiambo a bit. Panusi now on the break, and that's the second time today he's been called for a double dribble.
Sometimes it be like that.
Odiambo trying to Panusi to calm down a little bit, say that's all right. You see the smile on Odiambo's face.
Yeah, Panusi's kind of like the main speaker. He's the spokesperson of the Armens, if you will.
Breeze fouled on the jumper, and he knocks it down.
That was tough.
Aaron Breeze is just in a zone right now.
Dude, I mean, I'm telling you. I knew it when we were talking to him before the game. This guy was in a different zone. He was in a complete different time zone.
Breeze already surpassing his scoring total from last week. 23 points, just 38 seconds into the second half. And give him 24. Look, Rich, so far in this game, teams like to point fingers, fans like to point fingers. You cannot point your finger at Breeze for this Artsakh team being down. Carter inside. He's going to go right back to the free throw line. Already had 4 shots from the charity stripe. Give him 2 more.
Continues to stay aggressive, causing a problem against the backcourt of Artsakh. Abramian and Breeze are going to have to adjust somehow to this. Carter kind of likes to go down the middle. They're going to have to close the gap but before he can get there if they want to be somewhat successful in neutralizing Carter.
And Odiambo, right place, right time, taps it back in.
Oh, my God.
Breeze finds Lucerian in the corner.
Good screen by Piaro.
And foul called on Carter. He's not happy about that one. And Travell Jones checking in for the first time today.
Travell Jones, a player from the Taiwanese league recently, and even before that, he's been in the Chinese league. So he's a player that I'm interested to see how he's going to make an impact.
Sererian around Carter to the corner.
Ooh.
And another 3 for Artsakh. Abramian hits it this time.
Abramian gives some life to this Artsakh offense.
And Rich, he's been quiet since that first quarter. Now just 2 of 8 from downtown.
Abramian's really been hitting the weights lately. He's been kind of adding a lot more oomph to his drive-in. So I want to see more of him driving in, though. His threes are going to come, but I need to see him driving.
Breeze gets on the loose ball, ties it up. It'll be Armen's possession.
It's confusion of the arrow is what they're arguing about.
It is the right call, though. Artsakh started the half with the ball. Bramian playing some tight defense on Carter. Inside, Carter gets the friendly roll, and he's hyping himself up.
That's tough. That's absolutely tough.
Jones, powerful move, and gets his first basket of the ball game.
Was there a tip? I think there was that a tip?
The refs didn't call, or refs said let him play, so we're going to have to go with what happened.
I'll take it. Ball's in the hoop. Ball's in the hoop.
Ajemian sidestep.
Oh.
Too strong.
Great pass.
Jones on the break. And Odiambo fouls him on his way up. Looked like for a second Arjemian was sizing him up to pin him on the backboard.
Veteran move by Jones, using his body between the ball and the man.
And you see Jones instantly making an impact, scores a basket, going to the free throw line. And just having another big really helps because Piaro he's a big guy, but he's had to play bigger than his size guarding Odiambo early on.
And he's been doing a pretty good job. Let's not forget about that. But Travell Jones is another person you can rely on. I mean, when you look at their substitutions, you got Eric Tarosi and you got Piaro now, with Travell Jones being available in the second half. So he adds a lot of depth to their lineup for both Coach Alva Melkonian and the GM on the bench as well, Gary Aslanian. Good to see him there.
And this Armens lead now down to 4, and the ball goes off of Arjemian's foot, so it's going to go right back to Artsakh.
Melkonian loves that second opportunity falling in his favor. Great defense by Artsakh.
And this is where the Armens can't let their energy get lackadaisical. They can't let it hit a lapse.
Yeah, no, definitely Zendo.
Breeze off of Jones's screen. High arcing shot, no good. Out of bounds, and Armens will gain the possession.
That's great hustle by Abramian. I like that. Both Breeze and Abramian leading this backcourt. Question is what happens when they get tired.
Call a timeout and drink some water. I think that's what happens. Jemian almost loses the handle.
Thank you. What is it, Dr. Obvious? Is that what they call it?
Captain Obvious.
Oh,
and there's a
Captain Obvious.
Jemian knocking down another 3.
It's like Captain Obvious. That's what it was.
Jemian 4 triples in the ball game, 24 points. Abramian drive. Looked like he had a lane for a second.
A lot of heckling right now between Artsakh and Armens.
And that's when basketball gets fun, when they start to talk a little bit.
Yeah.
See a little bit of beef.
But like I said in the first week, when there's beef, let's make kebab.
And Jones, with 2 defenders on him, found a way to muscle his way up. And there's going to be 2 more free throws for him. Jones, a 75% free throw shooter coming into this game. It's still to come. We have Hrazdan versus Aragaz. Players warming up behind us. And Rich, if that game's anything like this one, we're in for another surprise.
I mean, Aragaz coming off such an important win. I mean, we've talked about it. They've had less than 3 wins in the entire year. If we look back at a calendar year, it's been less than 3 wins. But 2 of those wins have been the most decisive wins of their franchise. And they're playing against an undefeated Hrazdan. So that's going to be interesting. But let's first get through the first game between the first undefeated team that's been winning for the whole year too.
Carter right back to work. And Abramian playing a little too handsy there, gets called for the foul.
He's so hard to guard. It's not even it's not just how to guard him, but it's also how it looks. Because the referees oftentimes, they'll fall for that.
Now Abramian now in foul trouble. He's got 4, so he's going to have to take a seat on the bench. Carter can't hit from a step inside the 3-point line, and Arjemian tried flying in for the rebound, gets called for the foul.
Did you notice the switch up on Carter now? Now you have Lusararian on him. Lusararian, a composed defensive player. I do like that switch up. The question is, do you want to get Lusararian in foul trouble? Because whoever guards Carter is going to end up in foul trouble. Let's be real.
And Rich, this Armens team as a whole in foul trouble. Look, 6 minutes, 21 seconds left in the third quarter, and the Artsakh already in the bonus.
True. Very true. Good fact. Quick facts.
And Jones has drawn 3 of those fouls. Someone's making a bird
Is that
sound.
DeMar DeRozan's daughter?
Yeah, it's trying to do their best DR DeRozan impression.
I had an opportunity to meet DeMar DeRozan when I was in high school. I ran his basketball camp, and I asked him what did he do to get so many ability, to get such an ability to jump so high. And all he told me was, I drank milk and I jump high. And I said, okay, that doesn't help me, but sure.
He tried drawing up a game-winning play when Crescenta Valley High School played Compton.
Really?
In the CIF quarterfinals. Ended up not working, and we moved on. Panusi driving. Thought he might have gotten fouled. Instead, it's out of bounds. And Nazarian, look, you mentioned him early on. He's such a smart and savvy basketball player. There he is, just staying straight up and drawing or getting an extra possession.
Great defensive effort there.
And Jemian now on Jones. Good cut by Lucerian. And that leads to 2 points. Jones being a floor general right now, working out of the post.
I love that so much. You love a big guy that knows how to pass and when to pass it, and Jones is that voice on this team right now. It's do or die, and Jones is really bringing that sense of urgency.
Big basket by Carter to stop this Artsakh run for the time being. Tarosian wide open in the corner, and we've got a 1-point game on our hands.
Talk about an energy shift. Travell Jones, the impact he's brought this quarter, let alone this game. I'm speechless, without speech.
And that's with Abramian and Piaro on the bench. Carter, tough shot, no good. Lucerian streaking on the other end. And Artsakh takes back the lead.
What a game it's been.
Look, Rich, it's like we're looking at a pendulum right now. It's just going back and forth.
Yeah. Now this has been exciting, Zando.
Tabagian pulls up, and a Jemian taps it in.
They're going to need a Jemian's aggressiveness this quarter. Third quarters have been decisive in AABA lately, so if there's any superstitious people out there, third quarter is a major one.
Nice move by Jones, and he finds Tarosian again.
Great hustle.
A Jemian quick move, and Nazarian thought he was straight up. It looked like he was.
I mean, he straight up, but you got to let yourself fall if you're going to go through that kind of contact. You can't just stand there like a tree. I mean, you can't.
There's the aggressiveness of a Jemian getting a quick foul. 4:32 left in the quarter. Artsakh just taking back the lead, 76-75.
That is a smart decision, though, if you're a Jemian. Taking it straight to the rack. I mean, don't let this disparity, this difference between the fouls. I mean, it's a 5-3 circumstances. There's 4 minutes left to go. If you're a Jemian, you're taking it all the way to the rack, trying to even it out.
Panusi inside. Finds Mask. He's been on the bench since the second quarter, and he's short.
Great pass by Breeze.
Lucerian on the break again. Tarosian tries hustling after it. Panusi ends up with it. Breeze tips it. Carter with it. Inside. Nazarian with the block. And a great defensive possession by Armen Nazarian.
Nazarian is such a great defensive player. Being able to snatch that basketball in the right position, you can't ask for more from a big guy like that.
Now he's going to play a little bit of point guard. And look, these Artsakh bigs have been doing such a great job. Jones has been dictating the pace. Nazarian playing excellent on defense. And Jones fouled on the jumper.
I thought that went in.
This would be his 4th trip to the free throw line in the quarter, Rich.
He's been impactful, to say the least. And Ryan Carter, I mean, he's been pleading his case for the past few possessions. I mean, he's been arguing that he's been getting smacked in the face. There's a lot of contact, but I think the game overall today has been very contact-driven. Lots of physicality. Referees are letting him play, which you know, all you can hope for is fairness, and I think that's been the case today.
Jones 8 points now, and I think the bigger story, 3 assists. He's found his teammates at the right place at the right time.
Definitely.
Carter rises over Lucerian. And a Jemian flies in. And the foul called on Artsakh.
A Jemian staying aggressive again, plays to the advantage of Armens.
And Coach Melkonian shouting from the sideline to get his team to relax. Tabagian. To the corner, Panusi. Bang!
That was great awareness by Panusi. Knew Nazarian was going to help. Tarosian was going to help. And he was ready available for that shot and capitalized.
The Cardinals sit in basketball. You can't help out of the corner. Armens retake the lead. A Jemian out on Jones. He's trying to dance. And the foul called on Armenian, so it looks like Jones is going to make his 5th trip to the charity stripe in the 3rd quarter.
And again, foul trouble has been the name of the game.
That'll be Armenian's 3rd foul.
Xando, I don't think I've seen Travell Jones this season assume the position of a guard so emphatically. I mean, it's almost like there's a point in this game where he knew that he needed to take over, and he has. But the way he has been able to do it, where his teammates have also flourished, that's the part that's important.
And it seems like a really big goal has just been to get his teammates involved. And for the Armens, look, we're talking about Jones. Look, he's gotten 2 guys into foul trouble already. Odiambo on the bench with 3, and also Armenian with 3 now. He's off. Rebound Breeze. Artsakh, chance to extend this lead. Good pass by Jones, and Tarosian lays it up and in.
Great teamwork there. They're up 3. Look at that.
And Travell Jones is just smiling from ear to ear right now. Carter inside. He's going to have a chance to go to the free throw line now for some easy points. Rich, this game has been absolutely showtime today. Great passing, great scoring. Look, we've seen some great defensive possessions too, despite both these teams already combining for nearly 160 points.
I mean, one thing to also take into consideration as I'm watching this game is Fred Odiambo. He's been on the bench for quite some time. Andrew Debagian been pretty quiet in the past quarter as well. I mean, Armens are going to have to step up if they're going to want to stop the bleeding, because Travell Jones has really fired up this Artsakh basketball club towards a more kind of like lion-hearted, you know? I mean, Breeze kind of started the whole chain today, but Travell Jones is definitely taking the baton to the next level.
And this Armens team just hasn't been able to find the flow on offense these past couple possessions. Carter getting good looks, some of them not falling, some of them have been falling, and then it's just Armenian trying to fly in for those offensive rebounds, getting called for fouls, not getting it right back, and they just can't seem to get something going.
Yeah, and 4th quarter is not going to be an opportunity to kind of make excuses, is there?
Jones catches again, and Armenian gets into a stance.
Great pass.
Corner to Rosian. Armens out on the break. 2 defenders back for Artsakh. Armenian stopped by Tarosian this time.
Nazarian got a hand in there. That's the important part to consider.
Tarosian drives.
Oh.
A little too strong on the layup.
That was an easy gimme.
Debagian drops it off, and Mask with his first basket of the 2nd half. 1 point lead now for the Armens. 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Jones telling his teammates, slow down. Breeze does just that. Corner to Rosian, good look. Off to Rosian. Floater.
Oh.
And he's fouled going up. And a tough break for the Armens after they play some great defense on that possession.
Gotta be mindful. Can't let yourself get out of your composure. Can't get a technical foul in times like this. Less than 2 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Gotta keep that in mind. And considering how the Armens are playing right now, they're up, right? So you gotta be okay with that factor. You haven't been playing great, but you're still up. I think they're 1 timeout away from really taking this game into their own hands.
And Rich, you mentioned before the game you were excited to see Tarosian play. He's been making a very big impact. Look, 10 points off the bench. He hit a huge 3 earlier on in the quarter. And look, for a younger guy, he's playing fearless.
Oh, yeah. Tarosian, a player they desperately need, not only being active, but making his marks on the stat line.
Tarosian evens it up at 82. Armenian slithering through the lane and lays it in.
That's tough by Armenian. Great defense by Nazarian, but Armenian in that moment was superior in all formats.
Tarosian rejects the screen, hands it off to Lucerarian. Jones almost loses it. Breeze.
Oh.
And there he is again with another bucket.
Debagian and Armenian.
Debagian goes baseline, finds Mask. Mask from the mid-range is good.
1 minute now, 1 minute on the third quarter.
Jones continuing to be the point guard for his team right now. Breeze. Tarosian was open in the corner. He finally gets it. Steps back.
8 seconds on the shot clock. Oh, Nazarian was open.
Jones in the post, blocked by Panusi. Carter, nice move inside. Ryan Carter lays it up right over Tarosian.
That was tough. The
4
body control.
4-point lead now for the Armens. And a blocking foul called on Mask, and he's incensed.
He didn't necessarily have the positioning that would give him that 100% charge call, but I understand the emotions. It's a semifinal.
And now a technical foul issue to Panusi. And you mentioned it, bad time to get one. And even worse now with under 30 seconds in the quarter.
Yeah, no, not a smart decision. And this is what we were talking about. There's like less than 2 minutes left in the third quarter, and you're not necessarily creating the best of conditions for you to succeed in the fourth, or at least opening into the fourth.
And now Artsakh a chance to tie it up at the free throw line, and they'll get the ball back.
Yeah, yeah. And these kind of swings, they affect on the long term.
I mean, look, we saw it last week with Hurrah's game where the team completely took themselves out of the game. They got ejected, and they ended the game early because of all the talking to the ref and ejections and technical fouls. Breeze goes 3 of 4 from the free throw line. 1 point Armens lead now. 27.8 left in the quarter. It'll be Artsakh ball on the sideline.
Was that 2 free throws for the technical and 2 free throws
Yes.
for the foul?
Yeah. And now the Armens taking a timeout as they're up by just 1. We'll be right back. .8 seconds left in the third quarter, and Rich, we have such an amazing game on our hands, and we still got one more to come after this. But first, we got 1 quarter left here, and 27.8 seconds. It'll be Artsakh ball, and Artsakh has been so composed in this third quarter. Armens came out on fire in the second with Ryan Carter, the Hezi God, but now it seems like Artsakh is the one in the driver's seat despite being down by 1.
As much as an effect has been made by Ryan Carter for Armens, same thing for Travell Jones. I think it's been not said enough how important Jones has been for Artsakh. But for Armens, I mean, yes, the power and the will has kind of started with Ryan Carter's entry.
Breeze to Jones, 10 on the shot clock. Breeze resets.
Great awareness by Jones.
5 on the shot clock now. 4, Breeze, got to get something up. Tarosian, top of the key. Short. Mask from beyond half court. No good. His Armens team will take a 1-point lead into the final quarter of this semifinal game. Don't touch that browser. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Keep them. Hello everyone, I am Narib from Armavir's Lernogok village. I've participated in almost all of Co-op's programs. Now I work as a communications manager and I continue judging debates for different organizations. Co-op has taught me how to be open-minded, how to look at things from different perspectives, and how to grow as a person and as a professional. Co-op has made me a dreamer. I catch myself dreaming about my future and my country's future very often, and I've learned that from Co-op. I am forever grateful for the inspiration and support that I've received from Co-op, and I will cherish that forever.
1 point Armens lead, trying to finish off another undefeated season and go to another championship game. But they got 10 minutes left with this Artsakh team to punch their ticket to the finals. Rich, look, we've been talking about Aaron Breeze and Travell Jones. Who do you think this Artsakh team is going to lead on more in this final quarter?
Aaron Breeze. I have to say Aaron Breeze. You're going to have to see a little bit more aggressiveness from AABA. But at the end of the day, Aaron Breeze is kind of the heart and soul of this team, specifically today, if I'm talking about it.
A Jemian full court pass ends up in Carter's hands. Tough angle for the layup. He hits the deck hard. Armens will get the ball back. 12 on the shot clock. A Jemian for 3. He leaves it short.
Great contesting by Jones.
Abramian right to the rack. In and out.
Gotta make that. Gotta make that. That's the aggressiveness that I've been talking about.
And Panusi inside. He can't hit. Both teams struggling to find the basket early in the final quarter.
Great
and
timeout.
Lucerian diving on the ball, and Ovo Melkonian calling a timeout and saving the possession for Artsakh.
That's actually Breeze calling the timeout. That was great awareness from the point guard on the floor. You want a general on the court that really knows the game, and he was calling the timeout before Tyler was even to the floor.
And Rich, look, 1 point game, and you think fatigue is setting in right now? Because we've seen some uncharacteristic misses from both teams.
I mean, it definitely has to be a factor. I mean, it's a stop clock game, you know, with FIBA mentality in mind. But here's the thing. Artsakh right now, they're really giving it all they got. You could tell. I think there's a little bit more in the Armens tank that they have yet to unveil. But when we're looking at Artsakh specifically, they've done a pretty good job at kind of showing what's in their repertoire. But again, it comes down to Aragat Abrami being able to knock those shots down, Eric Tarosian being available in the corner, Tyler Lucerian on the defensive end, and Breeze just converting on the offensive end. And Travell Jones has already shown us what he's been able to do.
Breeze with 29 points. Travell Jones 10 points, 5 assists. Abramian catches. From the free throw line, Abramian off again. Here come the Armens.
Great
Abramian with a veteran move to steal the ball.
It's one of the 2.8 steals he averages.
And look, we got a 3-on-1 break. Carter does it himself. 32 points now for Carter.
Smart decision on Breeze's end, not falling under the trap and getting an and one for Carter.
Abramian for 3. Lucerian with the offensive board.
Got to get a cutter.
And this is where the offense has been the best for Artsakh, when it's in Jones's hands. Good pass by Carter. Jemian spinning and lays it in.
That was tough, man. The spin move, the finish, the switch of momentum, or shall I say swing of momentum.
Jemian now with 30 points. Him and Carter combining for 62. Tarosian off the backboard. And the Armens slowly starting to regain control. Carter inside with the reverse finish.
Melkonian not happy. Artsakh's head coach.
Jemian intercepts the pass. The Baghian up, under, can't finish. And it's going to go right back to Artsakh and Rich. We were talking about momentum swings. If they score there, make it a 9-point game, that's really deflating.
And a desperation substitution coming from Avo Melkonian, trying to stop the bleeding with a little Band-Aid. But let's see what happens.
Nazarian back in, who's been playing great, but you can see Tarosian's not happy with Melkonian, and Melkonian and him kind of getting into it.
Yeah, I mean, playoff time, this is when siblings fight, and this is when families either crumble or get stronger.
Lucerian can't hit. Let's see, the foul is called, and it's going to go against the Armens.
Unsure. Was that foul called on Panusi? I think it was.
And that's his third.
That's his third. Okay. Melksetsian's going to get his first appearance into the game.
And maybe if you're Artsakh, Abramian has been cold in this final frame, but maybe you go to him with a guy that hasn't played all game guarding him. And an unforced error by Artsakh. Jones throws it off of Breeze's foot. Armens can
Unfortunate
extend
break.
their lead just a tiny bit more right now. 7:20 left in the game. Carter dancing, steps back. No good. And Nazarian caught in a bad spot. Jones
Great
ends up with it.
defense.
Abramian, he has Lucerian under the basket.
Oh my God.
And the game back to a 5-point lead. Armens up, 6:49 left.
That possession alone gave me so much anxiety.
He was hoping for so long, but the pass took forever to get there. Lucerian doing a great job trying to limit Carter. And right on cue, Carter hits a and 1-3.
You know, Carter's been asking for that call the entire game. Referee saw it this time around, and Carter's going to have an opportunity to not only get a breather, but also extend that three-point bucket to a 4-point one.
Carter been exceptional in this game. Give him 38 points now. Only 3 triples for him.
The fact that we're saying he has only 30-something points is actually kind of funny.
I mean, for a guy that averages 54, it is a diff. Breeze finds Abramian in the corner. And Artsakh has gone cold from outside in the fourth. Carter, nice move. What a finish.
Carter's
Lead up to
vibing.
11 now. Ajemian, great defense. Carter open. Bang! And
Wow.
the crowd coming alive. A lot of Armens fans in the house right now as they lead up to 14. And Ajemian forces a jump ball. And everyone is hyped up right now for this Armens team. Ajemian gets his team another possession. Panusi up and active on the bench.
Wow. 103.89.
Armens doing what they do best, playing defense and hitting big shots when it matters the most.
I think there's still a lot of game left to say anything's decided, but I think this bucket right here
Carter
is going
puts
to
it
change
to his legs, steps back. And that would have been a highlight play. Instead, Lucerian gets a wide open bucket. So look, lead back down to 12, 5.5 left. Artsakh gonna have to string a couple stops together in a row though.
Coach Atme didn't like the decision making there. Asking for more teamwork here.
Balgian inside. Oriambo almost tips it back in. And Artsakh on the break again. Lucerian misses
What
the
a
layup.
pass.
Jones with the rebound. He can't finish. Melik Setian getting on the stat sheet with the rebound. And he almost travels. And instead he just throws it away.
Coach Atme livid on the other end.
Abramian fouled on his way up. He's going to shoot 2 free throws. And it looks like Panusi's going to check back in. And you have to think it's for Melik Setian.
I believe so.
Rich, we're 2 weeks away from the finals in the league, and barring anything crazy, it looks like Armens are going to punch a second consecutive ticket to the championship game.
I don't think it's decided, but if results hold or score holds and becomes the result, I don't know what you want to call it, but finals, yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. I mean, before the season started, Zanda, I think both of us were kind of talking about it. Who did we have in the finals? Harazdan and Armens was the conversation we heard a little bit. We heard Academy USA and Armens, but I mean, Armens have proven themselves as one of the ones worthy to reach that level, and they've really backed it up too.
Second free throw, no good. Jones rebound, misses the set putback, gets a second rebound. Jones blocked by Oriambo, but a foul called.
That's a good call. That's a good call.
And you know what? Another chance to get 2 points and the clock stopping. Saving some time. Jones been the X factor in this second half.
I'm already noticing Argots and Harazdan warming up on the other end of Academy USA. One of the perks of having a gym with 3 NBA regulation size courts, right?
Absolutely. Jones off on the free throw. Mask is coming back in. Odiambo coming out. He's got 4 fouls.
Artsakh, it's going to be smart. They're going to have to take it to the rack every single time. Try to get some kind of foul activity.
Especially because they haven't been able to hit from outside in this quarter. Tarosian missed some uncharacteristic threes. Abramian just can't seem to get himself going.
Yeah, only a 10-point game, Zando. In today's style of basketball, I mean, that's only 2 possessions away. Or a couple, excuse me.
Carter, good find. The Gemian just shoved by Abramian. Gemian and Carter, Rich, they've combined for 73 points in this game.
Gemian, just before this game started, I mean, everyone's saying eyes on him, right? The silent assassin. The one that really is the fuel behind the fire for this Armens club. If he's doing well, they're doing well.
And that's going to be Abramian's 5th foul, so he'll be done for the day. Tarosian comes back in. And a tough miss for the Armens. And today they've been better from the free throw line, but still not as good as you want to be. 13 for 20 today. Gemian misses both. So that foul, or Abramian's last foul, ends up being a good one. Lucerarian makes it a single-digit game.
Still lots of game left, I'm telling you.
Artsakh needs another stop. Instead, Carter blows by everybody, and he finishes another layup.
Gotta get a stop. Can't let them get to their comfortable areas, and Carter, anywhere on the court is a comfortable area.
Rosian misses. 105-95 Armens lead. 4 minutes to go. Gemian can't bank it in, but there's Panusi. Misses the putback. Breeze finds Jones. Jones inside.
Well done.
Left-handed layup.
Now you got to get a stop. Can't be trading baskets.
And it seems like Jones might have just switched himself onto Carter.
Interesting choice of defensive moves.
Mask, tough finish. Wow.
That was tough. J Mask, that was tough. Tarosian is asking for help.
Finally gets it into Breeze. The Bogian making Breeze work.
Great pass.
Nazarian misses. Jones rebound. Jones up. Jones in.
Smart decision by Panusi, not getting too much in his space.
And Carter just blows by 2 or 3 defenders. Tarosian fouls him at the basket.
Gotta take that charge. Sacrifice your body. Can't allow yourself getting tangled up like that unless it's going to be a good hard foul. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Zando. Is that too late 90s, early 2000s for today? Or
Absolutely. You know what? At least he was able to stop the layup and not give up the and one.
True. I mean, didn't he just make that basket?
No.
Am I tripping?
You are.
Oh, wow. I thought he made that basket. Yeah. You're totally right.
It wouldn't have been a shock if Carter finished it, but he's got to miss sometimes. 9-point Armens lead. Carter makes it 10. And Rich, you said it, you can't trade baskets. 3 minutes to go. Artsakh's going to need to stop eventually. Hard screen by Nazarian. Breeze. And an off-arm called.
Ooh. What a call. I mean, I don't even have any near angle to be able to determine.
Well, the foul was actually called on Carter. The way he made, the way the call
What
looked,
just
it looked like
happened?
it was off arm on the bat or the guy with the ball. Breeze steps back on the Bogian. Breeze hits.
Keeps him alive. 7-point game. They're still not over, but they still got to guard him. J Mask is wide open.
And a foul called on the floor. Artsakh still not over the foul limit, and a timeout called by Coach Avo Melkonian. Rich, we see this side of the bracket slowly shaking up. Armens need 2 minutes and 33 seconds of good basketball. Not great basketball, just good basketball to advance to the finals. And look, for the for Artsakh, time isn't only dwindling down on this game, time is dwindling down on their season.
Yeah. I mean, this game's done. You're not coming back till the fall, so it's really do or die right now. Crunch time. Avo Melkonian has to drop a couple of things that make sense for this current moment. In that case, so that way you can play against the winner of Hrazdan and Aragats, but it'll be tough. I mean, Aragat Abramian, he's fouled out for Artsakh, which is a significant blow to their backcourt. So, I mean, I'm not sure if they're going to be able to come back, but unless something severe happens in front of me.
I think for Artsakh, you just got to lean on Breeze right now. Look, he's the only guy that's been steady this whole game, 32 points. And he's been hitting threes consistently. That's something that Artsakh has not done this quarter. Breeze, the only guy to hit a triple in this final frame. Panusi will inbound. Jones matched up on Carter. Ajemian with Breeze on him. Mask.
Jones is face guarding Ryan Carter, mind you.
Nazarian, good defense. Mask can't finish. And
Jones is
Artsakh
out.
Chance to cut into this lead. Jones inside. Runs right through Mask, but he's going to get 2 free throws.
Jones got knee to knee there.
Jones limping a little bit on the baseline.
Hope he's okay. He's
Good show of sportsmanship by Mask, going and making sure he's okay.
That's what you love to see. I mean, it's a Saturday, man. We're all just trying to get back to the start of next week, too.
And Rich, kind of peculiar, but Piaro's been on the bench for pretty much this whole second half.
That's a little unusual, I'm not going to lie. But given Travell Jones' arrival, I would say that kind of burdens Nima Piaro's minutes a little bit, especially with how Jones has been able to kind of cause Armens get into the foul trouble. So Austin Pope enters the building.
Pope definitely going to have to shoulder a bigger load today with Andre Spy out. We'll have more on that a little bit later, but right now we got the final 2 minutes and 13 seconds of this semifinal game. Jones splits the pair, so it's a 6-point game. 2 minutes, 13 seconds left. Ball in Ryan Carter to the Hezi God's hands.
Zando, if there's no stop here, I think the game is over.
Jones determined to get that stop. And Carter was determined to get a basket. Ball out of bounds. He hits the deck. Wet spot. The big issue earlier on in the season, Rich. A lot of wet spots. Looks like they're instantly trying to wipe it up.
Lots of contact on that drive, but the referee didn't see anything. It's going to be interesting to see how that's going to affect Ryan Carter's decision-making, whether he's going down the lane or if he's going to settle for the jump shot.
Odhiambo wiping up the sweat with the mop. You like to see players being multifaceted with a lot of different skills.
Think he'll add that to his LinkedIn resume?
Maybe he'll add AABA champion to it.
That's funny. He's just looking for that LinkedIn update for a 2-time AABA championship. I mean, Defensive Player of the Year last year, too. Let's not forget.
Panusi triggers their inbound right to Carter. 10 on the shot clock. Jones pokes it out. And Jones telling Carter he's going to get to that ball eventually.
And Travell Jones
forces a turnover.
That's a veteran move by Jones. Getting into the head of Ryan Carter, that's not a common capability.
Jones talking a lot of noise right now. Play being held up. Clock did not start. Right move by the official. Every second matters right now for both teams.
6-point lead could be turned to 4 or 3.
Breeze gets it to Tarosian. 14 on the shot clock. Corner. Lucerarian drives. Good ball movement. Breeze for 3. Off. Nazarian ends up with it, and a foul called. And a tough break for Artsakh.
Damn. Coach Ava Melkonian not happy with that call. Ooh, that's a tough break. But if you're the Armens, you like to see that. I mean, what can I say? That's the beauty of this game.
And you know what, Jones? Talking to the referee reasonably. He's not getting in his face and yelling. He's just asking what happened. And Panusi off on the free throw. Maybe he got him some good karma.
Travell Jones, he's a smooth talker with the referees. He's that guy. He just walks by, gives his opinion, and kind of gives his 2 cents, lets the referee think about it.
Panusi 0 for 2. And Artsakh ends up not getting hurt by that foul, and they're going to have a chance to make it a one-possession game.
Breeze has got to be aware who's guarding him right now.
You know what? A quick move and a foul wouldn't be the worst thing for Artsakh to go right back to the free throw line. Nazarian gets it to Tarosian.
It's got to be some cutting.
Corner, Lucerarian. Too strong. Artsakh just can't buy a bucket. Carter splits the defenders inside, and that might be the dagger.
8-point game, 1 minute left. They're going to have to act fast.
Jones. No good. Breeze, rebound over Odiambo. Inside. Lead back down to 6. 55.8 left. And looks like it's going to be, I believe, a technical foul for Breeze reaching over.
Is that a technical? It's just to the side.
No, it's going to be 2 free throws, too.
Wow. So it's free throws. They're just trying to determine which.
The ball will be inbounded from the baseline or under the Artsakh basket, according to the referees. Carter now with 50 points. A non-sportsmanlike technical foul called on Breeze. And look, I'm going to be honest, for a guy that's played so well today, it sucks that he has to be on the losing end of that, but it's the call the officials made, and you're going to have to live with it.
It's the right call. Call's a call. Doesn't matter which second, which minute it's in.
8-point Armens lead, 55.5 left. And you got to think they're going to use every possible second of this 24-second shot clock.
Hell of a game it's been.
Tarosian fouls a Jemmy, and he's going to go to the free throw line and potentially make this a 10-point game and completely out of reach.
If that was a tactic, why not foul like 10 seconds before that? Were they just waiting?
Like, I get you're trying to get the trap and the steal, but a guy like Ryan Carter, I mean, they don't call him the Hezzy God for no reason. He knows what he's doing when he's in tough predicaments like that. We saw earlier in the game, he put it between Lucerarian's legs.
True, but Carter didn't have the ball at that point in his hands. It was someone else, right?
Jamian, good on the first. Him and Carter combining for over 80 points today. 82 to be exact as of right now.
Now, assuming Armens moves on to the next round, they're pairing up against either Harazan or Argots. Who makes more sense for them matching up?
Well, I think everyone just wants to see the rematch from last year. Look, we thought we were going to have it with Andre Spite. He unfortunately will not be here for the rest of the season. But
dare I also say fortunately? Because, I mean, I'm happy he got that
That is
contract.
true.
Yeah.
That is the point of this league. Try to get people to the next level, and well, he's been at the next level and then some. He's just going back to continue to hoop.
I'm unfamiliar with what's the process right now with what's going on, but I think personally, if you're Armens, you like having either one. I mean, Hrazdan without spite, as I've been saying, spiteless. And on the other end, you have Aragats that's coming off a pretty euphoric run. I mean, you haven't seen Aragats really gel this well. That rhymed. And the Francis brothers have been a big help for that. Greg Kashishin maturing into the athlete that he's become. I mean, you know a lot more in that area than I do, but it's also been a significant thing. So, interesting to see.
Kashishin, the Pepsi Fiend.
The Pepsi Fiend.
Tarosian. Artsakh still can't hit from outside. The only man that can has been Breeze, and he can't do it. Breeze again. Finally hits. And a timeout called by Artsakh. Avo Mykolaian taking one. He seems to be a little confused, I think. He's talking to the commissioner, asking about the timeouts left, I think.
The confusion there was mainly about whether it's okay to call a timeout after a made basket or if not.
So, Rich, barring anything crazy, look, I know you've been saying there's game left, but we're going to see Armens heading into the championship game, the #1 overall seed. And then on the other end is Hrazdan. And look, I think it's going to come down really to the Francis brothers, them being the X factors in that game. Look, Adrian Francis, you know him. He's going to do him.
Look who's guarding you.
He's so dominant. He's so efficient.
You know, you brought two amazing basketball players to the point. But I would even argue that Shant Kalegian is more of an influencer in this case than the Francis. I know the Francis brothers are going to bring what they got, but the question is, can Kalegian keep that same consistency?
And look on the other end, Rich. Look, Odiambo's wide open. No one sees him.
Oh, what a great move by Odiambo. A classic whodunit.
Into Carter. Carter. Fouled by Piaro. That would have been a new way for him to put the ball in the basket if he bounced it in.
He always amazes me in what he attempts. Like, it's stuff that I've thought of maybe once I've been playing it, when I played 2K, but
Rich, you know what's funny? Even if Carter makes these 2 free throws and he doesn't score the rest of the game, his average will technically go down because he's going to end with 53 and not 54. Imagine it scoring 53 points and your point total average going down.
So what does it go down to, 53.7 or something like that?
Something like
he
that.
Still averages above 50
It's just
points.
absurd thinking about that.
You know what's a very underrated part about Ryan Carter? His free throw shooting capability. I mean, he's 11 for 13. 11 for 13. That's not easy.
I mean, you don't come into a game as an 83% free throw shooter for no reason.
Yeah.
Breeze trying to stick into this game. Lucerarian for 3. In and out, and that's just been the story of the second half. Artsakh not being able to hit from outside. Hail Mary pass to a Jemian, and he's just going to dribble it out, I think. And the Armens are going back to the championship game. Carter with a hook shot from the volleyball line off the backboard. And the Armens with a 117-110 victory to punch a ticket to the finals.
Zando, I think there's no question in my mind in who the player of the game is today. And it's Ryan Carter, 53 points, 13 of 15 from the free throw line, 18 of 33 from the field goal today. And on top of that, man's had 13 rebounds. 7 rebounds and 2 assists. Can't forget that 1 steal as well. Man's averaging 53.5 points per game, and Zando's going to be courtside with Ryan and a few.
Here with Ryan Carter, the Hezi God, the riding tutor player of the game. Ryan, you came in after the first quarter ended and still managed to score 53 points. How do you do it?
I don't know, man. God just gave me a gift, and I do it well. I appreciate him for it. He makes it easy for me. I'm actually surprised I had that many. I just came from another game. That's why I was late. I had 41 over there, secured the win, and got up out of there. So I'm just happy we made it to the championship.
94 points combined in one day of basketball. As you mentioned, heading back to the championship as an undefeated team. How does it feel?
It feels good, but the job's not done yet. Appreciate the guys, Pat, Gab, Drew. They always show up every week when I don't show up and perform. So we got to give a huge shout out to them guys too.
Thank you, Ryan. That's going to do it for this semifinal game, but stay tuned. We got Aragaz and Horazan coming up.